Hi, all you millions of fans out there. I'm experimenting with instructional video on collage technique. Experimenting in the same way that I learn how to do anything, which is just by doing it and figuring out how to do it. But I am doing a series on this particular collage that I'm working on. It's got 3 Supermans on it. And since it's real early in the morning, and I got one person watching, awesome. I figured I would do the stuff that's less interesting and more technical, um, which would be, how you actually glue it on and where you get stuff from. The this pattern right here is a technique that I've been trying, which is color bleeding posters, which is basically, I mean, it's kind of the idea is that you get ideas for how to do colors and how to add things on, and stuff like that from all over. Just be open to wherever you happen to see colors or what have you. And so if that's an instruction, that's the instruction that I'm giving. It's not necessarily a technique that everyone would use, but it's just, an idea. The broad lesson would be, here's something for everyone to do. Open up to wherever you see color. But, this is the experiment that I'm doing. But the color bleeding is basically, I get these posters like this. This is a poster I made for an ebook that I did. And, based on a certain kind of ink, if it bleeds through, it makes this beautiful rainbow sort of pattern. And it makes so many different random rainbow patterns that I just love it. I love to use it in so many different things. Mostly what I use is magazine scraps. So I use stuff like this. This is from National Geographic. But, like this one, this is from Coffee Stains. So if you just have one of these posters and you put coffee cup on it and just let it spill naturally, it makes these just really random, very natural, organic looking stains, which I love. They're just beautiful. And you never know quite what color comes out. This one this was in my pocket during a rainstorm. It's from this English Club poster, but it was in my pocket during a rainstorm. It made all these just weird patterns and things like that. So I was working on this one, which is for a story called 3 Supermans, about 3, it's hard to explain, 3 Supermans who are ghosts, but anyway, it's a long story short. But, part of what I recommend is, be open to accidents and things like that, and this part of it started to look real purple, and I had this, nice purple from doing that technique, with a poster, and so I sort of filled it out up here. I don't want it to be too busy though, so the main thing would be contrast, because it's going to be just the way I draw things. It's going to be busy down here, and heavy colors down here also, like the deep reds and blues and things like that. So I didn't want something too busy. I was looking for something kind of plain, but then I kind of liked how this purple fit with this purple, so I played around with that. Might not like it, and I might just rip it off. That's the fun thing about collage. If you rip it off, it kind of looks good when you rip it off. It kind of looks like it belongs. If you have like tears and stuff like that, at least my stuff. Don't be afraid of things that look wild and crazy and ripped up and what have you. But then I saw this, blue, and I kind of want something that's a little lighter, and I think that looks nice, and I was going to test that out and see maybe the lighter blue, maybe sky blue type of thing. That's kind of my default. Sky blue is my default. But here's the basic technique that I use. I mean, Not that anyone else would or should or could ever use it, but this is just the basic technique I would use, because the solid color collage like that is kind of a long slog, so it takes a lot of time. So you need something that is kind of thoughtless. I'll throw on Lucha Underground or something, and I'll just do this. Hold it in my hand like this. Watch something else entirely, and just tear it. And I like the tearing, because it kind of has that rough feel. And so I'll just tear it and glue it down until I have some sort of pattern. Just kind of at random. And the beauty of gluing magazine pages is it's real easy to just rip it back off. And start from scratch if it looks terrible. But that's the basic idea. That's all there is to it. There's nothing much to it. But, not the actual technique itself is not necessarily what I would teach so much as just the willingness to dive right into it and see what works. And this may not work at all. So I'll see it as I'm doing it. I'll see, does it look okay? And what have you. Is it going to be too heavy at the top? I mean, that would be the one thing that I would worry about, being too heavy or too busy at the top. Which is, kind of what I'm thinking now. Maybe it's too busy, too heavy at the top. So I might rip it off and just start all over again. I might just, white all this out, because it's real easy to find just white paper. Just white all of it out and let the busy, heavy stuff be at the bottom. So just for the sake of posterity, that's how I do it. Holding it like that, ripping and tearing, gluing like this. But when it's a solid color, it's just on and on and on, just doing that same thing repetitively. So you kind of have to be watching something else. But anyway, ongoing project. Just wanted to record this stage of it. I have to be done with this. My personal goal, not a real goal, but my personal goal is to be done with this one by Monday, so I don't have that much time. So I'll probably finish this one on Saturday, tomorrow. Probably dedicate a lot of time to finishing on Saturday, and we'll see if I totally change my mind completely, which is totally valid. So, good night. The millions and millions and millions of 3 in the morning fans. I love you too. Okay, bye.